welcome back to California Cooking. Today, I'm taking your taste buds on a culinary adventure around the world. Our first stop is Koreatown to check out a new restaurant called Danbi, taking familiar Korean flavors and adding a modern twist. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
I love this spot, and I'm just talking to my cameraman, he's like, oh, I used to hang out back here in the 90s. Like, this has been a part of town that people are really familiar with, but this spot in particular, where we are, new, Danbi, only opening a few months ago, right?
Correct, yep. I think we opened in mid-March.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how's it been so far?
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind. I mean, it's no easy feat opening a restaurant.
Definitely not. Definitely my first time opening a restaurant as well.
Really?
Creating a whole menu for a new concept.
Yeah.
I'm also not Korean, so that was another big obstacle for me to kind of jump on and understand like Korean cuisine.
Okay, that's interesting. Lorraine, executive chef, by the way. That's probably kind of daunting.
To say the least, I was pretty stressed.
Yeah.
But you know, you just kind of keep your head low and then you just try to pump out as many dishes as possible and see what hits, you know?
So Johan, co-owner, why choose an executive chef that is not Korean?
Well, Chef Lorraine was actually helping us, or consulting with us at our other restaurants called Lou's Cafe. So she was consulting there, and I think we just made a really natural connection there in terms of her skills, abilities, and I guess the ability to translate our vision for what we wanted.
When you thought of the concept of Danbi, what did you hope it would be?
We want to do a fresh take on Korean food, but not so much as fusion-y. It's a kind of overused word now, so I don't even know what fusion anymore
Exactly.
is.
It kind of all is, really,
yeah.
because there's so much influence from
Exactly,
everything else,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's a modern take on Korean food, but I think it incorporates a lot of traditional techniques and flavors. And luckily our chefs are so talented that they're able to take that vision and run with it and actually kind of execute on what we're trying to do.
Isabel, pastry chef. What's your time been like here at Danbi, and what did you try to create?
There's not really traditional Korean desserts. There's like rice cakes and other things like that, but not like a dessert, like a plated dessert like that we can base things off of. So for me, it's kind of been walking the line of a fusion in a way. So I'm always trying to focus on either traditional Korean concepts or traditional Korean flavors or something like that that I can really focus on and then kind of make my own.
So you were added to the Michelin Guide. You got a glowing review. What has that done for business?
The timing of that was like
Impeccable.
Really?
Really?
When you needed it?
Well, no, it was kind of
actually
the
not.
opposite. It was the opposite. We got the news that we're added to the guide. Yay, much applause. And then Dine LA happened. And so it was like double trouble at the same time.
Double whammy.
Double whammy, because everyone wanted to come, because Dine LA is a very good
Is
take
it
time
good for the
to sample
restaurant business?
everything. Oh
Dine
yeah,
LA?
it's like crazy
boost?
numbers.
Yeah.
Everyone was coming to do the Dine LA menu because it's like a nice sample, because
Yeah.
we did a prefix menu. And then it was just like crazy, crazy busy.
But you guys made it.
We made it and we
Made through it.
persevered and we're
And nobody cried.
No
That's
tears
well,
were shed.
that's
At
key.
least
You
not-
know?
Not in public.
So I have to say, good leadership. You know, like nobody cried.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to try some of the things that you guys have back there. Okay, Chef Lorraine, we are back in your domain.
Oh, yeah.
We're in your
This
kitchen.
is where I live.
This is where you live. You're gonna make this, and here's the finished product. And I said, that looks really impressive and it's, because here's the thing about omelets. Omelets in general are difficult to make. Like that takes skill.
Yeah.
This is a
This is a Japanese omelet.
layered Japanese omelet.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right, so we just have 10 eggs here. The pan is quite large, so that's why we need more. So then we just drop our scallions. I kind of swear by hondashi, kind of just to give like a flavor profile to almost anything that I make. So it gives it a little umami in any dish that you make. And this is just Japanese mirin. It's a sweet sake. We're just gonna whisk it up. And that's it.
That's it, we can do this.
Easy
Yeah,
peasy.
Easy. Now's the hard part.
This is the hard part. I have some oil prepped right here with a little sheet of like paper towel. So you kind of just use this and then you season the pan. Fingers crossed, So you're gonna wanna distribute like a thin layer of egg, and then you're gonna just spread it out. I'm always controlling the heat, just so that it doesn't burn, because eggs also cook very quickly. And then we're going to, fingers crossed. So in the beginning, like, it's okay if the egg kind of falls apart a little bit. You'll see that I didn't put too much oil here, so it kind of sticks. That's where it gets a little tricky. And then you're gonna toss again, toss again. That's where the layers come from, just all of the folding of the egg.
Okay, going back in with the oil.
Yep. So it's like literally layer by layer. Next up. And then we're gonna lift the egg here.
Oh, look at that. That's how you get those. I was wondering, I'm like, how do you get that into that roll shape? And now, okay.
So now you're cooking the next layer, and it's sticking to whatever you made the first time.
Yep. And it's really patience. You just have to wait.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, you got it. You got it.
Like that.
Okay, I feel like applause are in order. Chef Lorraine. Yay. Chef Isabel. This food, and I've just been sitting here watching each course come out going, please, can I eat, can I try? And I waited patiently until everything was out. Since we're gonna do a little taste test around the table, let's start with the beautiful Japanese omelet you made. Oh my gosh, that is excellent. I love all the extra scallion you put in there.
Oh yeah. It definitely gives a slight, touch to it, like more scallion flavors. I really like that.
Talk to me about this. It's honestly, it's the most photographable dish.
We played around with the rice a lot, the flavoring and everything. So there's a shiitake, fresh shiitake in here, cooked with the rice, along with some mirin and also soy sauce. And then on top would be a seasoned Korean nori, seaweed, and then also pickled daikon. And then in the center we have shoyu cured egg yolk. So it's a soy cured egg yolk basically. We have California local uni and Hokkaido sweet shrimp with
So
trout
pretty.
roe. So bibimbap basically means that you have to mix everything in together and enjoy it as one bite.
Oh, but the flavors are so deep.
Very complex, I'll say.
And it's creamy and
This is very decadent, so we also include the slush as like a palate cleanser. So we give it frozen, and you can either eat it like a slushy or wait for it to melt a bit and just kind of sip on it.
okay, on to my next course because I cleansed my palate.
So Taiwanese pancakes are very crunchy. We have a Taiwanese scallion pancake. So I kind of used that concept and implemented it into this Korean seafood pancake. I didn't want to incorporate the seafood in the pancake, I wanted it on top. So it was a long process to figure out how to execute this dish. I think we did a really good job of getting down how to make a very special Korean pancake that I don't think really exists anywhere else in Koreatown.
This could be one of my favorite things I've ever eaten.
Wow.
I love fried food. I love creamy dipping sauces. And need I say more?
It's a hand in hand.
This beautiful steak came out and it was sizzling on the skillet with all the beautiful sides with it.
This is American Wagyu, but it's a zabuton cut. It's a shoulder cut, it's very soft. Zabuton basically means pillow in Japanese. It's supposed to be very kind of melt in your mouth.
And then we do marinate the steak. We do a bulgogi marinade. We use the Wagyu fat from this to cook inside of the rice. So it's garlic and Wagyu fat rice, which is like very crazy. The smell of it cooking alone is just like enough to make anyone hungry.
You guys are crazy like that. After all this beautiful food, Chef Isabel and her lovely.
So we have a Malona semifreddo. I use cucumber and melon. And then I make a jelly with cucumber and melon also, and then just fresh melon, because the melon is so good, I want you to have some of it as well.
You guys are perfect, really. This has been the loveliest meal, and you guys are amazing.
Thank
You
you.
are. I can't wait to come back. Congratulations. Coming up, our Epicurean adventure around the globe continues. I'm recreating a classic Middle Eastern street food. Then it's a neighborhood Italian restaurant that's been recognized by the Michelin Guide. We're learning how to make pasta carbonara. I tried this Middle Eastern dish for the first time several months ago, and Well, let's just say I can't stop thinking about it. It's pita bread stuffed with spiced meat and lightly fried to perfection. I had this dish the other day because I was craving it, and I told Ari, we have to stop before we go home and get some Arayes from our buddy Avi Q, who we visited with last summer. And this was the first time I had Arayes was with Avi. I am obsessed, and basically it's a seasoned meat patty that's stuffed inside of pita bread, and then sometimes it's grilled, sometimes it's baked, cooked, fried in a pan. You decide how you want to do it, but it is so good. I've never made them before, and if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to Avi and get his because they're so good. So the first thing is, I think, finding like a good size pita. I'm gonna start with our herbs. And so I think the easiest way to cut everything up, I've got some cilantro and parsley, and I'm just gonna take a bunch of each, and I'm gonna cut them, I'm gonna cheat and cut them up this way. Okay, that was much faster than hand chopping. I think I might do a little more herb even, and I wanna do some onion and garlic too. And then I'm gonna cut off, this is the biggest onion, cut off a hunk of this. And put that in our processor. I'm gonna cut it up into some chunks so it fits. Oh yeah, this is much easier. Okay, also to that, let's add some garlic. I'm gonna do 4. And then we'll add our garlic, onion, cilantro, parsley. Onto our spices. Smoked paprika, cumin, coriander, some allspice, a nice fat pinch of salt, and some pepper. Let's mix our beef, and you don't want to overmix because the beef will become tough, so I just take a fork, and you want to get everything incorporated. And I think the best trick when you do something like this, meatloaf, meatballs, something like this, is to make sure you got your seasoning right, is I take a little handful and I fry it in a pan, and you taste it, and then you say it needs more salt. It's an extra step, but then it kind of ensures that it's gonna be okay. We've got our pitas. I'm gonna cut them in half. You open it up. The best way is to maybe just get a spoon and you press it in there. And it kind of all becomes one. The bread and the meat become best friends. And you wanna get it into the sides and try not to break the bread. And there you go. And then we'll just set up the assembly line and there's different ways to do this, Arayes. People bake them, grill them. I'm gonna do a quick kind of browning of the pita, and then I'm gonna pop them in the oven so the beef gets cooked all the way through. I think this will give me a bit of a little crunch on the bread, and then popping it in a pretty hot oven will give me the cook all the way through. Okay, this is quick. Nice. Okay, so you just want a little bit of the brown. Okay, these got nice and brown. I'm gonna put them on my sheet pan with the rack so the bread stays a little crisp. And then you can see the meat's not quite cooked in the middle. So that is why, turn that off and they go in the oven. Our Arayes are out of the oven and they're juicy. They're just, juice is just dripping from the piece. They look so moist, and then the outside, crisp. Cut it down the middle, see where we're at. And they were only in the oven for 5 minutes, cooked through. Okay, here's how I ate it the other day. Tahini, and then these amazing pickles, Kalen and Kalen pickles, honey mustard. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Farmer's market at the Grove. And then I do this. You could also do a little spicy bite with something, but I'm gonna do this first. So good. Oh my gosh. Coming up, the Michelin Guide recommended this restaurant as a must-try. We're getting a taste of Cedro coming up next. Our final stop on our culinary adventure takes us to a neighborhood Italian restaurant where guests are treated like family and each meal is a celebration of Italian culture and tradition. Let's check out Cedro.
Buongiorno, I'm Mattia,
I'm Matteo.
and we are the owners of Cedro restaurant in Newbury Park. Cedro, this is a little casual, very authentic Italian restaurant. Matteo, I believe, is a magician in the kitchen. Honestly, it's like being in Italy. We really focus on the Italian experience. So like you come here, we try to charge a fair price. We give you really good wine, really good food. We have Italian people coming here a lot too. And whenever they try the food, they're like, wow, this pasta, like last time I had this was in Rome. Last time I had the ossobuco was in Milano. So I think it's very traditional.
My passion for cooking is come from my grandma. I always like help my grandma in the kitchen. The first time we come in Newbury Park, we talking about this, and it looked like a small town near to Metropoli in Italy.
It's a very Italian vibe.
Yeah, it's very Italian.
Somehow.
The Michelin review on the Michelin Guide, the first time is come one customer and tell us, you know, we find this restaurant a Michelin Guide. And Mattias come in the kitchen and say, Matteo, you know, we are in the Michelin Guide. I say, oh my God, I say, no, it's impossible. Maybe it's another restaurant. Say, we go and check it out online on the Michelin Guide is our restaurant. And we are like very happy about it.
Yeah, we made a lot of noise from the kitchen.
Yeah. For me, it's just like start. And people, I think now have high expectations about our restaurant.
But I hope also people, they always remember this is a casual, simple restaurant and we really focus on the Italian experience.
Most popular menu items is the ossobuco. The ossobuco is a veal shank and it's like slow cooked, tender, juicy, and very soft. And we serve with the saffron risotto. And another item very popular is the ragu pasta. The ragu sauce, like also the way I make in the restaurant, is a little bit different from the typical ragu. I make more like my grandma style. The base of the ragu is of soffritto. My grandma used a little bit more big chopped soffritto with this mix of carrots, celery, and onion on the ragu. Hi, today I teach you how to make carbonara. So the ingredient for the carbonara is fresh pasta. I use tonnarelli. It's like spaghetti, a little bit more thick. 1 egg, 2 parts of pecorino cheese, guanciale. Usually the guanciale is cut like cubes. The first thing to do, take pan without anything, just pan, turn on the fire and put in the pan so the pan is start to make very hot. At the point when the pan is hot, we just add a little bit oil and after we add the guanciale. We just wait the guanciale is come crunchy and we finish after all the processing of the pasta. We put it also pasta in the water or boil it. In the different part of pan, we can start to add 1 egg, the 2 parts of pecorino cheese, and a little bit black pepper. So we mix all the ingredients for make carbonara cream. This is the consistency of to be carbonara cream. We put it here. So when the guanciales come like this, it was like crunchy, we just take out the meat and we leave the oil inside of the pan. We just add pasta with little bit water in the pan. We finish cook the pasta for 1 minute. Now we add the pasta, little bit watery, on the egg sauce, and we start to mix it. The first time we mix it, we have to mix it like far from the fire. And now we put it on the fire, we put a little bit more slow. So now this is the consistency that we pasta have to be when it's ready, the sauce. Put it on the plates. And now we finish with the crunchy guanciale on top and a little bit pecorino cheese. So this one is carbonara. Vi aspettiamo da Cedro, veniteci a trovare per mangiare il cibo autentico italiano.
Come to Cedro to visit us and experience some very authentic Italian food.
For all the recipes we featured in today's episode, follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. That does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.